Hey everyone and welcome. So today we're going to dive into a state that might just be one of America's biggest surprises, Ohio. It's a place that is absolutely packed with world-class thrills, stunning nature, and some pretty incredible history. So let's find out what makes it so special.
Okay, let's be real for a second. When I say Ohio, what's the very first thing that pops into your head? I mean, for a lot of people, it's just farmland, right? Maybe a highway you drive through to get somewhere else. It gets that flyover state label. But here's the thing. What if that whole idea is just completely wrong?
Well, check this out. 238 million. That is the number of visitors Ohio got in a single year. That's right. That's not a flyover number. That's a destination number. So the real question is, what are all those people coming to see? Let's get into it. So how do you even begin to wrap your head around a state with so much going on? Well, to make it easy, we're going to break Ohio down into a few distinct destination clusters. This is the best way to really explore the state's incredible diversity, from its buzzing cities to its quiet, rolling hills.
All right, first up, let's hit the big cities. Ohio's urban trio, Cleveland, Columbus, and Cincinnati. You know, each one has its own totally unique personality, its own history, its own vibe.
So this kind of lays it all out, right? You've got Cleveland, which is all about that rock and roll legacy. It's become this really cool, revitalized cultural hub. Then there's Columbus. That's the boomtown, all about innovation and growth. It's actually the Midwest's fastest growing city. And down south, you have Cincinnati, a city completely defined by its riverfront history, that classic gateway to the South vibe.
Let's zoom in on Cleveland for a sec. This quote absolutely nails it. It's become a cultural heavyweight. I mean, everyone knows the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but did you know it also has the Cleveland Museum of Art, which is, by the way, not only world-class, but completely free. Yeah, free. Okay, let's head to the middle of the state, to Columbus. It's the capital, and like we said, it's booming. The vibe here is what they call intelligent fun. You really feel that in the art galleries of the Short North Arts District, and then you've got COSI, which is hands down one of the best science museums in the entire country.
And that brings us down to Cincinnati. You really can't talk about this city without talking about the Ohio River. I mean, it's everywhere. You can walk across the historic Roebling Bridge, which, fun fact, was the blueprint for the Brooklyn Bridge. And right there on the riverbank is the National Underground Railroad Freedom Center. It's an incredibly powerful museum that tells some really important stories.
Okay, so we've done the cities. Now let's head north, way north, to the shores of Lake Erie. And trust me, this is way more than just a pretty beach. This is Ohio's Thrill Coast.
Okay, get ready for this number, 420 feet. That is how tall the Top Thrill 2 roller coaster is at Cedar Point. There's a reason they call this place the roller coaster capital of the world. We're talking one of the tallest, fastest coasters on the entire planet.
But it's not all about the coasters, which is what makes this area so great. You can put together an amazing little trip here. I mean, you spend a day at Cedar Point getting your adrenaline fix, then you just hop on a ferry and head out to the island village of Put-in-Bay. And while you're there, you can't miss the massive International Peace Memorial, which is this really cool symbol of peace between the US, Britain, and Canada.
All right, let's switch gears completely. From the high-speed thrills of the coast, we're heading down to the absolutely stunning, serene beauty of Hocking Hills. This is Ohio's natural masterpiece. Just picture it. Deep gorges, incredible caves, and waterfalls everywhere.
Okay, a little pro tip here. When you go to Hocking Hills, really changes the whole experience. If you want to see those amazing fall colors, just know you won't be alone. The trails get pretty busy, so you'll want to book a place to stay, like months in advance. But if you want some real peace and quiet, try going on a weekday or even in the winter. The trails are so serene, and you get to see these incredible frozen waterfalls. It's a totally different world.
And there's seriously a trail for everybody here. You've got Old Man's Cave, that's the big famous one, but then there's Ash Cave, which is the state's largest recessed cave, and it has this quarter-mile paved trail that's accessible for wheelchairs and strollers, which is just fantastic. If you're looking for more of a challenge, Conkle's Hollow is this deep, rugged gorge. And for something totally different, at night, the John Glenn Astronomy Park is perfect for stargazing because the skies there are just so dark and clear.
All right, we've seen the cities, the coast, and the caves. Now let's go find some of the state's real hidden gems. This is where we get into some seriously ancient history and a pace of life that feels like it's a world away from everything else. You have to see this timeline. It's just mind-blowing. We're talking about people living in this area for over 9,000 years.
And about 2,000 years ago, the Hopewell culture built these enormous, mind-bogglingly precise earthworks that line up with the sun and the moon. And here's the really big news. Just in 2023, they were named a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This is a huge deal.
So, what does that actually mean, to be a UNESCO World Heritage Site? Well, it basically puts Ohio's earthworks in the same league as the pyramids of Giza or Stonehenge. It's the world saying, hey, this place is so significant, it belongs to the shared history of all of humanity. That's incredible. And you know what's amazing? Just a beautiful, scenic drive away from these ancient sites, you can step into a completely different world, Ohio's Amish country. And this isn't just an Amish community, it's the largest one in the entire world. It's a place where things slow down, quiet country roads, amazing handmade crafts, and oh my gosh, the food is just unbelievable.
So let's bring it all back to that first question. What is Ohio? Well, it's a paradise for thrill seekers. It's a retreat for nature lovers. It's a hub for world-class art and culture. It's a journey through ancient history that is literally world-renowned. It is the roller coaster capital of the world, and it's home to a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's a lot.
You know, when you actually stop and look at everything that's packed into this one state, the culture, the thrills, the nature, the history, that slogan, Ohio, the heart of it all, it really starts to click, doesn't it? It really is at the heart of so many different things.
So after all that, there's really only one question left to ask. With so much to discover, what will you find in Ohio?